Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is Connie with Prairie Paper Crafts, coming on today to share with you the treat box, the candy box holders I made for my sister, for her coworkers. I will have a link to the candy bar die that I purchased. It'll be in the description box. It is this die from KS Crafts. I was looking to see, yeah, here is the item number, but I don't think that's going to come up on, I got it on Amazon. I don't think it'll come up that way, but I just wanted to show you. And I'll share a brief process at the end of this video to share with you how to put the box together. And then if you have any other questions or need a further detailed um, video, just let me know. I'm going to go through this somewhat quick. We'll see once. Anyway, my pieces are from different designers. This is from Kadoodle Designs. I think it's Autumn Crows. I'm not sure. I really don't know. The Happy Fall Y'all. Most of my sentiments are from stamps. They're either from Jaded Blossom, May Made It Crafts, or Craft Diva Designs, maybe. And I know Craft Diva Designs is no longer in business, so I am sorry about that. And I don't have all my dies and everything out tonight. This is about the third time I've tried to take this, so bear with me, please. But some of these have the oval dies behind. It's a stamp, or excuse me, an oval die set from Spellbinders, and it's the scallop and then the oval, just a straight oval on top of it. This is actually a die from Cottage Cuts Designs. Sometimes my mind loses things, and I'm really sorry about that. It is what it is. So my ribbon, this color here, this burnt orange color, apricot, whatever, was gifted to me. I think from Kim Ferguson. I'm not positive. This I know is from Really Reasonable Ribbon. My ribbon was either gifted or it's from Really Reasonable Ribbon. On this one, up here and here, I've got some liquid pearls, and then I added some glossy accents after I embossed the brown piece there. This design is from Cuddly Cute Designs, and I just picked it apart from a bigger image. The boxes are about 2.5 inches wide. So what I did was I put first, I think on the majority of them, I put a solid piece of cardstock down first at 1/8 of an inch smaller, then the pattern piece, another 1/8 of an inch smaller, and then the good majority of my either rectangles or ovals, whatever I put, are popped up, and then my pieces are popped up. Now there are a few that are not, but that's how I did the majority of them. And then I sized these in Design Space to fit the width, and I had to find pieces that weren't going to be too small overall by the time I got them the width I needed. So that's how I sized them by width, not by height. I let Cricut Design Space figure out the height of them then. These dies are either from Honeybee Stamps, they're honey cuts, or I got a set off of AliExpress. I don't know which is which, but I just added those on a good share of my pieces. What I did with the ribbon, on all but one, because I did that later, before I put the layers on, the top 2 layers here, this brown and this plaid, I put the ribbon on and I glued it on the top of the box only. And then some of it I glued on back. It depended if it was sheer or not. But I didn't glue it on the side here because I tie it. Then I layered my papers down. You can do it after you put these 2 layers on and put it on before you put the oval or the rectangle or your paper piece, whatever. It's however works for you. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to untie, I'll untie one, yeah, because then you can see the inside. And this all comes with the die. And I'm just going to show you on one. But there's a separate piece there's a die here, cuts out the window piece and the um, like the border piece around it. It's all one. And I don't show you how to do this, but I do give you the directions in the, when I do the directions on how to put the box together. And then I'll take this out. This little piece is not part of the die. I just took a 1 1/8 inch circle punch and cut that out. So it just makes it a little bit easier to put together. So to keep going here, I just show you the rest of them. Took a couple at a time so I can get these delivered to her. So this design is from Marjorie Designs. This is a border punch that I used and some paper from my stash. Now this piece does have a background piece. You can see a little bit. Got the 3 leaves and I inked everything, added, pop foam tape for both the oval and the little bear. This piece, this Blessed, is a die from one of I think it came with one of the leaf sets. I'm not sure. I can't remember. That's really terrible, but that's me. Sorry. This design is from Kadoodle Designs. Added a little bit of glitter here, and then all of the insides have that same, scallop piece I showed you around a window piece, and they all have the cutout there. So sorry for a little bit of a shadow here. It's getting kind of, well, a little bit dark. I don't know. This little guy also is from Kadoodle Designs, as is he. I put some glitter on his nose, and I also put glossy accents over the top when I'm done. And then I used old Stampin' Up! Border punch on that one. So this is one of those, well, both of them would be one that I don't put any glue on the back because it'll show through the ribbon. It's very sheer ribbon, so that's why I chose not to. But I thought those were cute. And I used paper from my stash. Like these aren't, the color's not showing up probably the best there. It's better. It's like a pale, I don't know if it's sage green, I forget. It's liquid pearls, just as these are here. But I just used things to match the colors of the paper I had. Went through my paper stash because I have quite a bit of fall paper. It's getting down there finally, but it just helped to get rid of some. It's a good way. Cards and treat boxes. So this is a little guy from Kadoodle Designs. This is from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs. As far as I know, all of the designs that I used, the files are all available yet. Like this one, you just have to type, I think it's hedgehog with pumpkin or holding pumpkin. I don't know. If you type in hedgehog, you'll find it. I know this was a Nash bear. Some of them might have been free designs at one time. I don't remember exactly, so I can't help you out there. I'm sorry. The last few here. This is the only one that's a little bit different. I went with the pinker theme. I had the paper with the apples, and I thought, oh, that would be cute for carameled apples, and I knew I had a stamp that said carameled apples. This is actually some kind of, brown glitter dots from Nuvo. And I should have mentioned that. Some of these might be Nuvo drops. Again, excuse me. Most of them, though, are liquid pearls. But this one is cute, too. This is a Nash bear from Cuddly Cute Designs. And again, I just took part of a design that it was on. It was a fall design and just used that piece of it. So worked out good. And then those are liquid pearls also. Again, popped everything up. Now I was trying to think, one of them must have bypassed it already. I thought one of them I didn't put anything behind this, but like an oval or a rectangle. I'm not sure. Now on the apple, I did put a couple layers of glossy accents, so that's why you're seeing a shine on that. Is it a little bit different color? And then the last two I have, and I also have a card to share with you quick, something else I've been working on. Anyway, this is a marshmallow bear from Marjorie and Designs, and excuse me, the liquid pearls on there. And I used a different kind of ribbon this time, again, still from really reasonable ribbon. And the leaves are part of the design on this one, and so is the sunflower. So, and then this guy is from Kadoodle Designs. I think he's part of a set of bears, pumpkin patch bears. I'm not sure exactly. I apologize. But if you look through the fall section or look for pumpkin, it should come up. And again, these sets of leaves, I don't remember if they're from Honeybee or from the other set. I don't know. I don't have the die sets out. I know from Honeybee there was a pumpkin and there's a bunch of different leaves. I think small acorns. They're very small though. That's why they worked out really well here. But I think there's some sunflowers. I'm not sure. Then I'll take this out of the packaging quick. I had this video done and it just did not come out well at all. So like I said, this is about the third try and I'm hoping this time it comes out. I've been having struggle with videos lately. Anyway, this is a card I made for my sister. It was the first time I've made this kind of card and was not very happy with the instructions on this one as far as sizing and stuff. There is a different one, that video by the same individual, that's much better. But it's actually an easel card. So it sits like this. The acetate, as you can see, the dots there, that was my first time trying to use my Glimmer hot foil machine on acetate. There is a learning curve to that. I'll be real honest. That's a bit of a struggle, so I have to work on that more. Not sure. I think this is a honeybee stamp. Honeybee, yeah, stamped image. The Thinking of You is hot foiled. I don't know if I can, yeah, there I can get it to shine. And that's from Spellbinders. As the dots, it should actually go this way, but I didn't have enough acetate of what I was doing, so I just did it. She won't know the difference. Shouldn't say that, but she doesn't. Anyway, that hot foil plate is from Honeybee, I'm pretty sure. The sunflowers are all, and the leaves, except for these. But the rest of them, the leaves and the sunflowers, are all from Heartfelt Creations. Excuse my memory. And then I just put it's vintage photo embossing powder. It's the chunky kind. I put that in there, and I used a bunch of glue, and it stayed in really well. I had to let it dry for quite a while because because of the humidity, the glue was not drying well, so it took a bit. And then my flowers and my leaves all have glossy accents on them, so that's what's making them quite shiny. And then this set of these little branches are from the same leaf set I used from the honey cuts. I'm not sure, but they're dies. It was in that fall set. So, and the paper is last year or 2 years ago, I don't remember, from Close to My Heart. I love this paper, and I don't think it's available at all, but very pretty. But anyway, I wanted to show you that. I've been doing different types of cards also, other than just my paper piecing. I needed something a little different. So I do want to thank you all for joining me. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Take care. Oh, wait. Okay, This is the die that I used. I don't know if it's still around. I apologize. Again, it's from KS Crafts, the chocolate box. I'm not sure exactly what the name of it was. So it has some pieces in it. I really just literally had them out in the room. Oh, well, there we go. There's the list of them. Comes with these two pieces, and then you got candy cane. I'm not, if this is still available, I shouldn't say it that way, but anyway, that's what mine came with. Two separate borders, which you can use basically for anything. Just nice. I never have enough borders. This is the piece that when you lift the first flap up, and I was just looking where that one went again. Here it is. When you lift this piece up, when you untie it, that's what this piece will cut out, the orange piece. And then you have two pieces. One you cut for acetate, and then one cuts the window in here. The smaller one cuts the window, by the way. And then you have the acetate with the larger one. And so, to get started, my stuff out of the way, I'm not going to be cutting the acetate and everything for this. I will show you how to do it though. I said that and put down. I don't gotta put stuff away or I've been losing things quite frequently. So as you can tell, it started, you need to cut two of this piece, one of this. If you want your box all the same color, including the top lid, you want to cut all three of these pieces in the same color. And that's what I did. I cut them all in white for this. So a couple tips that I've learned. This little tab right here, you have to cut a notch up to that first line on both sides and on both pieces. Very important. Will not go together if you don't. And you want to make sure you did get it cut all the way up to the line. Okay. On one of these pieces only, you are going to take off the very first piece that goes to the very first, well, it would be score line, cut line. Okay, going to do that on one only. I can't stress that enough. Now, on one of these, it does not matter which, either piece, we can set this aside for now. You want to take the smaller of these two dies, and they're not very much different. Let me see if I can, on mine, figure out which is which. Mine are bent a little bit, so this one is. And then what I do, I line this up, tape it down if you need, or however you do it. Maybe you have a magnetic plate. And then I put that in the middle, and I run it through my die cutting machine. Okay, and then it will give you this cutout without the acetate. Sorry about that, but it'll cut that hollow out in the middle, and it'll, oh, excuse me, off the slates. We only use the smallest one right now, duh, and cut that out. Okay, cut this out separately of a patterned paper if you wish to use it. You do not have to do this step at all, okay? But again, cut this separate, just this piece on this and only one, and then cut this piece out of pattern paper, or if you wanted a solid dark color later, whatever, okay? And then what you do, take the larger rectangle, cut a piece of acetate, put it on the back side where the hole is cut, and attach it however you wish. And then I like to get my pieces burnished. Normally I would use a bone folder, honestly, and just burnish everything much better, but it's all good. It's just for purposes of the demonstration here. Okay, and fingers. This piece where this score line is, you just fold it over. And again, you can lay it aside for now. Then there's this little piece here, but it's about 1/4 of an inch or so. I'm going to take that and attach it to the side that does not have any cutting. And you need to match up these two, just like that. Sorry, need to match them like that. It goes together very, very easily. No, I think I can't remember. I think I have to cut one more piece off the top, but I'm not doing that until I get this a little more put together. Otherwise, I'll tell you wrong. And it's been a bit since I put this together, so that's pretty minor to fix, to adjust, however. Okay, before I do something, give me a moment here. Okay, so let me, yep, I did have it right the first time. I didn't really, so um, I thought I took both of these off because I'm going to try something. This one. Yeah. On the side where you took the little piece off, you want to cut the next piece off too. I was sure, and this is my second take of this, because I didn't think it was going to work right. And I know that when I did all those, I thought, wow, that was too easy. Just cut that off and away you go. Don't cut the notches though. You want the notches, okay? So what I do next, and I take a piece of paper. I have to get a thin piece of paper or a narrow piece. So trying to grab one here. I cut it so it's about 2 inches or so. It does use a scratch piece of paper. That's fine. What I'm doing though is I lay it along this 1/4 inch edge. So when I glue my pieces together, my side and this piece, I don't get any in here. I don't want glue, and I can get glue on acetate in no time. But I lay this flat, bring this over, and it will line up wonderfully. And then I just burnish it. And again, I do this so this piece and flap of this side here, that little flap in there, they don't stick onto the side here. I don't want them sticky. So That's why I do this. All you have to do from here, this flap folds up in here. I only have an 1/8 inch circle punch. If you have something smaller, use it. If you don't, if you have a circle die cut, before you glue anything together, you can run it through. I have to just kind of eyeball where I'm at. And this, I do know, doesn't cut. Oh, it cut pretty good this time. Not very even. I usually try to even it better, but you get the adjust, and then you just do that. And I found if you bend it like that, this top piece usually goes in better. And sometimes it takes a little bit to work it in. I don't know why, but once you get it, have been working with it for a while, it'll go. Mine gets stuck on the inside pieces though. And maybe my tab on the inside isn't glued down well enough. That could be. So that's what it's getting hung up on. Yeah. There. And I went into a little too far, so you kind of want to watch that. I did a couple um, test ones. I save junk mail, and that's what I used to practice on. So, okay, now what I did, I put my ribbon on first. I used about 24 inches of ribbon. I had a little left over. Tails were a little long, but it's easier for me to tie them. So you could probably get by with 22, 24 inches. It's up to you. But I glue my ribbon on first, and I just kind of measure it in half, get it here, glue it on, so it's done. Because I want it, if you want it on top of this, then what you want to do is glue this on first. I decorated my pieces. I decorated all of my top pieces before I did any of this. But you can put the glue on, and this just goes on one side, just right here on this side. Just make sure if you punch the hole first, like I did just now, you put the stuff on the right direction. So you can either put the ribbon on first, you can put the ribbon on now, doesn't matter. But again, I decorated these and then I attached everything. And then what I did was I just used a solid piece, just like an 1/8 or 1/16 of an inch smaller, measured it all out, then a pattern piece, and then I cut these pieces. My paper pieces are all only about, well, the box itself is only 2 1/4, 2 3/8 inch wide. So my paper pieces are all thereabouts, 2 3/8, 2 1/4, 2 1/2 at the most. And then whatever design space figures out the height. So working with small pieces like that, I had a challenge trying to find stuff that was doable because sometimes they can get pretty small. But I think everything worked out. So basically, it's just decorating from here. Yep. Any questions? Leave a comment. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have an awesome day. Take care.